If you have a question, raise your hand.
Do it.
And if I call on you, I'll take my chances with the question you have. The young person back there.
What's this about you being Bill Burr's brother?
You have a thing called YouTube. You're free to go look it up. I think they have YouTube in Australia. Okay. This young man right here.
Was Courtney Love a good girlfriend?
Okay. See, this is why this is a bad idea.
Can you tell us something about machine mystery that we've never heard?
Who knows about the Machine of Mysteries? Let's raise your hand if you know about the Machine of Mysteries. See, that's why that's a bad question. Okay, young man back there.
What do you think of Oasis selling out Marvel 3 nights in a row?
That's amazing. Amazing. I'm happy to see them back together. Yes, sir.
What was your favorite album that you did? Obviously.
Don't have one.
Amazing.
Honestly. Yes, sir.
How do you separate your emotional connection to what you write to like the objective perspective to putting it out into the world?
There's no way that wasn't on.
Well, the question is, how do I separate the emotional connection of writing a song with versus putting it out in the world? Well, that's like the first time you ever do a picture for your art teacher or something and they tell you that it's shit, you know, it's no different. I mean, I've released 350 songs or something. And, you know, I mean, most people might know 20 of the 350, so maybe a bit more. So I'm not complaining, but I mean, it is what it is. It's like I don't make the rules. Yes, please.
Which decade has been your most enjoyable?
This one. I think it's awesome. The band is still playing, and so many young people are into the band now. And we just did this massive tour with Green Day in America, playing baseball stadiums. Everything's great. I mean, back in the '90s, it wasn't the band. Everything was fucked up. So I think you see it now as the music business started to disintegrate in the '90s. Kind of what all the artists were sort of put through. Now it's sort of more transparent, but back then we didn't know that it was falling apart. You know, I mean, we were being lied to. So, somebody hasn't asked a question, please. Okay, yes, sir.
Can you give us any insights into how you might reimagine some of the songs at Good Things with the Delta rigs?
Well, you know, I wanted to play with the rigs because tomorrow, because they're very much their own band, and so I wanted to see if my music could fit with theirs. And so far in rehearsals, that's been the case, and they play really well. And as we said in rehearsal, like nobody wants to hear like Smashing Pumpkins. You know what I mean? It's not going to do anybody any good. So we want to interpret the song. So hopefully, in some of the songs I play tonight, hopefully you'll kind of hear what they've done to spin them. But I feel it's going to be quite nice. Bit more mellow, but I also didn't want to play like bad alt rock. Yes, sir. Back in the back.
You go first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to ask, what's your favorite song?
My favorite song?
Yeah, or one of your favorite songs.
I don't really have one. I mean, everyone always tells me what their favorite song is. So.
As fast-paced as your life is, what brings you joy, like day to day? What makes you smile? What makes you get out of bed?
My family. I mean, I didn't have, well, my wife had the children, but God bless her. No, but I mean, I lived, the first kid came when I was 48, I think. So I lived, how many years, as an idiot, I mean, I did. What's that?
You lived 48 years.
No, but, well, I mean, I didn't realize I was an idiot until maybe after 5, so we subtract a few years, but...
53 then, you're good.
But, no, I think it's, now I get to kind of relive the best parts of life through my kids' eyes, and I think, the reason I'm so focused on music at this point in my life is because I don't want my children seeing me like I saw my father complaining about the music business or complaining about what used to be. I want my kids to be... which is why I bring my kids on stage. So the fact that my kids can walk out in front of, like we just played LA, 55,000 people. My kids walk out, no problem. It's like, that's their world too, so I think it's cool. Anybody else? Yes, young lady.
How's your experience playing the Smashing Pumpkins now, as opposed to when you guys were starting? What's your experience?
Well, I think she's asking about the difference of playing now with the Pumpkins versus back then. I think in the when we started, the clubs were very much about kind of creating an experience. It wasn't about hit songs and people's expectations. So for us, it was every night was sort of an adventure, like what's going to happen. And some nights would end in riots, and some nights would end with people leaving and throwing things. And it was just, but every night was sort of this adventure. And then at some point, that goes away. That's no longer important. And then here come all the pop stars. Now I think we just take pride in sort of recreating what we've done musically. If we can play the album live, that's something we take. Because nobody wants to see a 57-year-old have a meltdown. The gentleman with the tattoo in the back.
Yeah, I just wanted to know which of the records you've made